Up, guys? Let's look for some trades. I'm not at my usual desk today. Sorry for the mic quality and stuff, but we will make it work. Is it working? Trades. Yeah, it's working. We got some viewers already. What's up, guys? I found out this morning that it's bank holiday. So Tesla is closed. Can't trade Tesla today. What's up, Marvet? What's up? A all G, sorry if I said your name wrong. And what's up, Hit 13-1? Yo, guys. Okay, Tesla is closed, so no trade on Tesla, but NQ, I opened this on Friday since I got all my valid triggers for this trade, and I'm still in it. And I will set it break even if we 15, 30, 40. Yeah, break even point is right here. So we need to reach this point where my alarm is. Then I will set it break even, but for now it's still open. It's around break even, so let's see what the day brings us. And we have to wait now 10 more minutes for my opening range to close. Meanwhile, we do some comments and some analysis. What's up, Uplifting Music? What's up? Oh, ALG, Bitcoin Daily. Yeah, we will look at that in a minute. Give me 1 minute. I have to quickly type something. Okay, my Bitcoin. I'm waiting for a sweep, as I mentioned on Twitter. Because right here, guys, we flip bearish. We swept the high. And then we broke structure, very clean price action. And now what should I do here? We have the high right here and the low right here. Anything in between here is bearish to me, so I can't do anything. You could short it, yes, but shorts would actually be clean, but for a long scenario, what I want to see is a sweep of this low. And once we swept those lows, I will look for a reaction and a nice shift in structure to target this high. This is the high on the M15, the second to highest high. Here's the highest high. The greedy people target this one. I always target the second to highest high because I'm not greedy. And R should be correct. If R is right to this, then I will target this one. But as it's looking currently, there's nothing really to trade for me for Bitcoin. Could have taken the short right here. This would have been a very clean short, actually. I'm kind of mad I didn't take it, but I was for some reason not looking at it. Target would be also the second to lowest low right here. And entry would have been this, but I can't take this now. Right now it's too late. Why are you looking for longs if our one structure is bearish? I'm looking for longs after our one structure shifts bullish. I'm waiting for a little retracement, a sweep, and then I would wait for a break in structure. Let's say this is the high, then I would take this long. But I'm not shorting, I'm not longing against trend, you know? And it's only really a quick scalp or a pretty quick trade. As you can see, we have pretty aggressive price action. This is like a small move. It's just a small trade. Overall, I'm still bearish. If you look at the hour 4, we are bearish since this high. I have to check if this is a valid leg, where theoretically it is. So all 4 is still bearish until we break one of those sides. And if we get a little bit higher, if I get this little short scalp in the long, and right here I would look for shorts, since we are already bearish market structure. Want a little retracement to those EMAs and then look for some nice structure breaks, and then I would take shorts. But currently I'm chilling with Bitcoin, nothing to see. But I'm trying shorts as long as we don't break this. So if we get to here, I'm trying shorts. If we get to here and we switch structure, I will try longs again. Or third scenario, if we get above here, I will look for longs also. That's very simple. I never go against trend, so it's always in favor of the trend. You either are patient enough to wait for sweeps of the low to get a nice shift in structure, or you wait for retracements and short then with the higher time frame trend. Rock Lou, I hope that's clear. Thank you for the nice question. So let's check NQ really quick what the trend is saying right here. I'm gonna put this a bit to the side. And let's see. I need to check now if market is bullish or is bearish. It's all one leg to the upside, guys. Why? We only have one up candle here. Only one up candle. Here we have two consecutive up candles, so this is one leg to the upside. And we shifted structure. Earlier this afternoon at 3 o'clock. And now market is bearish until we break this high. Really bumpy price action. Then I mark out my opening range. It's also bank holiday, so not much going on today. But I think the only thing that I will try is if we get below the range, if we close the range in 3 minutes, getting below the range, I would try a small short like this, but it's very risky today since I said it's bank holiday. And invalidation is very unclean today, but it's all my triggers that I have, so I have to take it. But what I would like more is some retracements and then a sweep without closing below, and then I would take a long. But for now, let's wait 2 more minutes until this range closes, and then I will get all the scenarios done. If anyone has questions, guys, feel free to ask. We have 24 viewers, that's crazy. Thank you guys for all the viewers. If anyone has questions or a chart I should look at, feel free to write it in the chat and I will take a look at your chart. And I'm sorry I'm not at my usual setup today, so that's why the quality is lacking a bit, but we will make it work. I have to read chat from my phone. Yeah, and 1 minute, 30 minutes, we gonna close this range and then I will look for a trade. Thoughts on Bitcoin today, I just went over it. I think you are too late, but our fourth trend is to the downside. And I will look for shorts if we sweep the highs here right now, or right now, next days, and then take a short. Or I will wait for a sweep of these lows to look for longs again. Or if we get above here in the hour 4 basis, I will also look for longs again. But for now, shorting if we get some lower time frame structure breaks at this area and targeting like close to the lows. Solana, AJ Patel, Solana USDT. Let's see. Also looks pretty similar. We have this high right here, all one leg to the downside. Our 4 high, our 4 low. And I would either wait for a sweep right here to look for longs again, get above here and then long a retracement, or shorting lower time frame structure breaks right here. Since that's aligning with our 4 trend. Also 200 EMA right here, so any lower time frame structure breaks right here, I would try shorts. What do you look for chances to take daily low and daily high on Bitcoin? I don't really look at daily highs and daily lows. I don't use that in my trading. ALG. Marduet, is your 3-point rule based on market orders only? What do you mean by 3-point rule? Do you still take a trade if the lower time frame is not aligned with the higher time frame? Normally not, no. All the time frames have to align for a high probability trade. And if my system has rules and it says don't go against the trend, I'm not breaking those rules. Okay, is now the opening range closed now. So this is the range, those 3 candles. But guys, it's bank holiday, so I will go low risk. I will just trade because I'm obsessed with trading. So I will take a trade if I get one. And if we close below here, I will take a small short. It's a very risky setup today since it's bank holiday. But trend is down. Opening range formed. We are closing below the range in 3 minutes if we close like this, and then I would try this short. But the invalidation is very unclear today, unclean. And it's not really something I would copy if I were you. But I have to take it since it's my system. And on bank holidays, I really go low risk. Just because maybe it's a winner. But maybe it's not. So don't copy trades and think that you will make money. When entering a trade, you will sometimes only enter with 3 points below the entry. Trade you will sometimes. Do you mean like if I trade on Marduet, if I trade on NQ, I need 3-point close above right here. Like say for example, to get a valid short in, price needs to close 3 points below here for me to get an entry. Do you mean that with the 3? 3 points. Yes, oh no, that's not on market orders only. That's generally if my trigger is if trend aligns with, for example, now we are bearish and we get 3 points below here and close 3 points below, I will either, if it's relatively close to the 3 points, I will market enter. But if we close like this, if the candle closes very far below, it still closes more than 3 points below, so it's valid, but then I just put my limit order here. So it's basically with both market or limit. But if it's close to the 3 points, I will market enter as long as it's at least 3 points below. If it's like 4 points, 5 points below, I will market enter if RR is right. If it's like 20 points below, I'll just set my limit order right here. If that is what you mean. So I use it with market or limit orders. Doesn't really matter. It's just a rule that it has to close 3 points below or above the range high for a valid entry trigger. And as you can see, guys, we are not closing below the range low. 30 more seconds. But looks like it's not going to get a short. And I can't take longs if we get above now, because we are against trend. You are welcome, Marwin. So if we are against trend, I cannot go against trend, guys. This is one big leg to the downside. So the only reason for me to take a trade today is shorting if we get below. To get long, I would need basically a clean high. Then I would need another sweep and then a break of structure, and then I would long if we get above the range high. But chances are if we sweep this low again, chances are high that we also close below here. So the only chance would be a very quick sweep with one quick wick to the downside, and then I would take longs like this. But that's not very likely to happen. So it's probably more either shorts today or no trade at all. Assuming a scenario where price first closed above 24/7 and then closed for your short, would that trade be invalidated, or would you instead adjust your stop loss? If I take my short, my stop loss would be 24.7. So if price gets above here, it would just stop me out. And then if my trade is already done, if it gets stopped, I wait for the next day. So I don't switch to longs then. I either get a long or either get a short, and that's it. I don't switch my bias then. Once my bias is formed, let's say we close below here, I will take this short. And based on my data and statistics, I know that it's a 50% chance that price will either hit my full take profit target or a 50% chance that it will hit the stop loss. And that's it. Once one side is reached, it's done. If we hit the take profit, it's done. I'm done for the day. If we hit the stop loss, I'm not switching bias and think, okay, I'm trying one more long because why not? No, that I just then end my day and come back the next day. And I just know over the long term, if I stick to those rules, I will make money because I know over 100 trades, I will roughly lose 50%. I will roughly win 50%. And with 1.5 R, you can all do the math. That's basically a nice profit. I'm actually in this long, guys. I can show you this, but it's a degenerate long. It's on hype. So very degenerate price action. But I took it on my breakout account. So right now we are in the middle of the range, but if we get above here, I can't take the long because market is bearish. It's very sad, but it is what it is. That's what the rules are here for. Have you tried on to enter after a retest of the ORB high low? My typical setup is always a retest. So if we get above, if trend would align now, if we get above, I would long the retest. If we get below, I will short the retest. But always trend has to align as well. But if price closes 3 points above the range, long, but we ignore since you're looking for shots, and then reverses and closes 3 points below the range. No, if price closes 3 points above the range, it's already done. If it closes 3 points above, I'm already in my long, so I don't look at shorts anymore. If we then go below and close 3 points below, I'm not taking any trades anymore, since this long would have got stopped out, and I would end my day. After entering my trade, I just end my day, because I know price either reaches my break-even point where I set my alarm. If it gets there, I will set the trade break-even, and then it's either take profit or break-even, or price reaches my stop loss. That's it. Does the fact that it closed above the range before the short trade invalidate the trade? Oh, no, it doesn't. Today, this is against trend. So if we get above here and then get below, I would still take the short probably. But yeah, that happens very rarely. So I actually had to think for a moment here, but no, it's probably if we get above and then get below, I still take the short. It has to happen before today evening. So if it happens, it happens. If not, then I'm just not trading today. Investor evolution. Okay, I thought you market entered directly after a close outside. Yes, here I wait for a retest. I have other strategies where I'm market entering, but here on NQ I wait for a retest. It's always range a breakout and a retest and stop loss at the other range extreme side. Liam, do you always stick to a 1.5 R? Yes, on this system I'm always taking 1.5 R. It's always a fixed take profit target. No liquidity points, nothing. And we are now getting above, but can't take the long. If for some magic reason we just wick below here and then get above, then I would take the long. But also, how likely would it be? I don't know. Sir, how to build a system? That's the $1 million question. Complete draw. It's way too long to just explain it to you in a stream. But if you want to learn more next month, keep your eyes open. Next month will be something very big announced. So if you follow me on X, you will probably see it. So yeah, those are the scenarios for today, guys. If we get below here, shorting. If we, for some magic reason, just wick below here and get above, I will long. And other than that, that's really it. That's all the magic there is today. Since it's bank holiday, it's really slow price action. The range is only like 60 points. But in my system, I also trade bank holidays. I just take less risk. Anything on Bitcoin and Ethereum? Probably not. I would wait for a sweep right here for a short. Or a sweep right here for longs. Currently we are in this sandwich right here, so I really have to wait. I let the trades come to me, you know, I'm not chasing them. And basically all charts look the same. Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin. It's all the same. Sadly, we can't trade Tesla today. Ethereum, yeah, Ethereum basically also the same. You have this. This is all one leg to the downside. And it's either, so this is the high, this is the low on the hour 4. It's either shorting lower time frame right here, shorting lower time frame breaks right here, or waiting for a sweep below to get long. Sweep and valid shift, of course. Or if we get above here with a few hour 4 candle closes, then long retests. Can we long hype now? I would not recommend you to do that. No. This is just a degenerate trade that I do on my breakout account. So I wouldn't copy. So yeah, that's the plan for today, guys. Basically shorting. If we get below here, I will actually set an alarm. So I get notified. For me, that's it, guys. Are there any more questions? If you have more questions, let me know. If not, then we will wrap it up today. It was a nice stream today. I'm a bit short on time since I'm working a lot on things. As I mentioned, next month something big will drop, and we are working 24/7 on it. Liam, do you have any extra tips on internal versus external structure? Still kinda confused. My best tip is to be patient enough to wait for your external structure to get hit, you know? Right here, for example, on this hour 4 low, hour 4 high and hour 4 low, this is external structure. And you either trade with external structure, since external structure is bullish, external structure is bearish, you wait for retracements and shorts, or you wait for your external structure to get hit and to give you a new high or low to break. For example, here, if we sweep this external structure, we make a new structure and then I would long. Or if we break this external structure, we retest, we long retests. Or if you want to trade internally, you always have to trade with the external structure. So our 4 is bearish, so you wait for a retracement into this area, and then for lower time frame structure shifts, either 15-minute, 30-minute, whatever. And then obviously you have to back it up with data. You have to test it and back test it, forward test it, collect data on it. Every trade has to be the same. All the triggers have to be the same. Take profit, stop loss rules. And if you collect 100 trades with it and see, does it work, does it not work? That's how you have to play it. But the most important thing is you have to be consistent with it. That would be my tip for external, internal. I hope that answered your question. Joined late. What's up, Mafuk Alam? Sorry you joined late, but you can rewatch it here on YouTube. It's no problem, since it will get uploaded after the stream. But yeah, we are close to the end. We already went over everything. Sir, my query. Complete thrower. What do you mean with that? What do you mean with that? Can everyone like the stream? Yes, you can like the stream, I guess. If that is what you mean, I'm not sure. Are there any indicators you use to confirm your trades outside of the RSI? No, not really. I don't take any indicators into my trading, basically. Only on my long-term investments, I take it into consideration. Like, for example, if you buy like Bitcoin, or if you buy good investments, like for me, it's the world ETF, it's the world economy. I always look at the EMAs. There are good points to buy into the market long term, but that's very different to trading. This is investing. On my short-term trading, I don't look at any indicators, basically. They can be confluence, yes, but it's not necessary. The king is always price action. Price action, proper market structure with some set rules, that I teach myself. That's all you need. Then you can go from there. If those things are good, if you are good with those things, you can maybe add one. I think one is even enough. One indicator is confluence if you want, but it's actually not very necessary. But yeah, bank holiday, it's boring price action. Nothing going on. Sir, can you answer this? Answer what? Complete throw. What do you mean? What should I answer? Please type it in chat. Maybe I missed a message of you. If I missed the message, I'm sorry. Please just write it again. Other than that, I'm done for the day, guys. If anyone else has questions, feel free to ask. If you missed the stream, you can rewatch it here on YouTube. And yeah, I'm gonna wait for Complete Thrower to write his question, and then we will wrap it up. Next week, Monday, I'm back at my desk again, so with the proper quality again. Just waiting for your question, sir. Complete Thrower 7148. What's up, 5C Bitcoin? No entries today. No, unfortunately, no. Very boring today. But yeah, it's bank holiday, so it's expected. Martin Rooney, are we long based on the 2 candle close above the marker? We are not long at all. I'm in no position right now, Martin. If you mean that, only thing right now is shorts. Since trend is bearish, I can't take this long. Price would need to align with, it would need to be bullish to get this long. This would be my setup, but as price is bearish, I can't take it. Can't trade against trend. I think there's some issue, lol. Here's my question. Let's say we break one of your external structures, then what would your stop loss be usually? It's always the extreme point. So I'm gonna make it right here. If we sweep this external structure right here, and we break structure to the upside again, my stop loss is always the last sweep. Or if we get above here, retracing into this R4 bearish external structure, we get a high in, we sweep the high one more time, then we break structure, my stop loss is always the last sweep. So it's always the last sweep that made a valid structure shift. Let's look for an example. For example, Ethereum. You swept the hour 4 high right here. You swept it again. You look at market structure. You look if the 2 candle rule is given, and here it is given. So this is the market structure. We broke market structure right here. I would have just market entered, and the stop loss is always the last sweep. And take profit, one of those lows that gives you a proper RR. For example, I would probably take this one. The second to lowest low to this sweep. Right here we swept it and broke to the upside. So I take the second to lowest low right here, and that would have been the trade. And what candle closes you usually follow? Candle closes, I always wait for 2 candle closes below the low to make a valid shift. Like right here, we close 2 candle closes below, 1 candle, second candle, and that is my valid shift. If this candle closes below and the second candle closes back inside of this low, then it's not a valid shift. So always wait for 2 candle closes above or below the high to break structure. I hope that answered your question, complete thrower. If it did, thank you for all the questions. If you have any more, let me know real quick, and then if not, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you all for the lots of viewers today. Today was the best live stream so far from the viewers, I think. We had 25 viewers at one time. So all the live streams are getting bigger each week. That's very nice. I also uploaded a video 1 hour ago. Make sure to watch that. It includes my Bitcoin higher time frame analysis. And also leave a comment. Leave a comment and say you are from the live stream, and I will give your comment a heart. Okay, guys, I hope all your questions are answered. If they are, thank you all. Complete draw. So if it's not too much to ask, can you show one example with hype, your recent trade? This trade, I just market entered because trend is basically bullish. We switched structure on the hour 1 or on the hour 4. And I just entered this morning. Price is close to the 200 EMA. I have tighter stops on this strategy. If I would get stopped, I would just try again. But it's always trend is aligning. And if trend aligns with your trade, it's already very big. A big point. Always trade with the trend. But I have, for example, another one that I took. But I can't find it now. I think it was this sweep right here, and on an hour 1 break or something, I just longed it right here. So here you can see higher time frame trend is bullish. We swept this low, we switched structure on the hour one. Somewhere here it was, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure anymore, but it was at some point. It's always the most important thing is to know how you count market structure to trade with the trend. And if you have those rules in check, you go from there, you know. Okay, guys, thank you all for tuning in. It was a very nice stream. Lots of viewers. Thank you all for that. And next Monday, we will stream again in the office with the proper quality. Okay, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Go watch the new video that just dropped, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in and see you. Peace out.